Well, hello there, and welcome to another Minecraft update. That's right, second update on the same machine in one day. It's annoying, I know, but I keep looking at this machine and realizing that it is so much better than it looks at first. There are little tweaks that can be made to improve it. So, in the previous update, you saw that I realized that this would work to duplicate not only rails, but also carpets. So if you check down in the description below, I'll show you a link to the original video that shows how to duplicate rails. And then if you don't want to go and check out the one to duplicate carpets, it's basically the same exact process. You just use carpets instead of rails. And it'll duplicate all of that for you, which is what makes it cool. And what makes it better is that it's survival friendly. Now, in the original design, there was this awkward requirement of having a carpet here and then having to sort of look at the corner and top of this pumpkin in such a way that when it breaks, you're looking at the carpet. And that was just to force Minecraft not to let you place a rail on the ground before the next pumpkin is dispensed after the first is broken. Turns out that I was stupid, because there's a much easier way than having to align your view properly, which is that, well, here, let me show you. I have a rail. I can point over here at the top of the block, and that works fine. But I can also point at the block behind it, and that'll work fine as well. And I forgot you could do that, and that actually makes this whole thing a lot easier because you don't actually have to face the top of the pumpkin to place something on the top of the pumpkin. You just have to face a block behind it. And if you face a block behind it and there's no pumpkin there's no surface, then it won't place. So that makes everything a lot easier. So what I've done, gotten rid of the carpet, replaced it with a solid block, and that little piston pushed block over here, which you can see, when I do that, a block gets pushed in the way. This machine is very loud, but basically I've just replaced that block with blue wool as an indication of what you're supposed to look at. So from now on, you don't need to look at that little piece of carpet and try to align it with the corner of the pumpkin or any of that crazy nonsense. Now you just have to look staring at the back of the machine in the blue wool. So, to show you how it works, in case you missed the first video, and to show you how much easier it is, because now you don't have to get aligned, I'll change into game mode 0, survival, and if we check the chest, the output chest, there's nothing there. So, if I turn this on, and now I don't have to go up close, I don't have to align anything, I can just stand here, stare at the blue wool, and hold down right click. And honestly, you can put a barrier here if you don't want people walking in there. Doesn't really matter. And once all of my things are done, I had 16 rails. Now I have 33, which means they all duplicated, and then I must have picked one up that fell off and then put it back onto the machine, which is fine, right? More is better. So, yeah, it duplicates rails and carpets, and I believe carpets work the same way, but I have not checked, so let's check that now on camera. If we have carpet, let's say 3 magenta carpets, and I'm in survival, if I just hold up here, it will in fact place. So it will work just fine. Turn off the machine, open it up, and we have 6 instead of 3. So, yeah. This is a much more user-friendly design than the previous design, and all I had to do actually was just get rid of the carpet. I just had to change which way I was looking, and so the design for the farm itself, exactly the same. No need to change anything. Yeah, all you gotta do is just look that way when placing your rails and AFKing instead of that way. Yeah, it also makes it look a lot cleaner because you can hide all the redstone, and if you wanted to, you could even hide that, like that. And so you could hide everything and then just have this go like that. And if you really are big on hiding stuff, you can do this. And that would work just as well. So Here, everything's hidden, but I can still stare at the wool and duplicate all the things. And as you can see, even with blocks in front of it, it'll sometimes fly out and hit you in the face, but that's fine because then you pick it up, it goes into your inventory, and then you just automatically place it again. So it's fine if that happens. So yeah. So we started with 33, and we're almost finished. And even with everything covered up so that you can't see any of the redstone, we just got over a stack. So yeah, that is the awesomeness that is this rail and carpet duplicator. Now that I figured out how to improve it with just where you look, it makes everything so much easier. So hopefully this helps make your designs better, and maybe it'll entice some of you to use it if you saw the original and were like, oh, well, that's great, but it's kind of annoying to have to sit there and align yourself. Well, now you don't. So hopefully you guys will test this out and try it on your world. So hopefully, for the last time today, until next time, keep duplicating your rails, keep duplicating your carpets, and keep redstoning.